Li Yifeng actually can act. Because you look away for 5 minutes, you have no idea what you've missed, and it no longer makes sense. Hello, you're watching Avenue X, where Junkie on Good Storytelling shares her thoughts, knowledge, and occasional weird ideas on stories and how they're told. 暗夜行者 Daybreaker is a 24-episode web drama that's being aired on the platform 爱奇艺. It is directed by Fang Tingting, written by Li Yaoce, led by Li Yifeng, Song Yi, Feng Delun, Gong Haibing. This is an original script drama, meaning there is no book to go off on. We're all gonna have to wait till the end of the drama to see the daybreak of this story, which just makes it that much more exciting. This is an anti-drug crime drama that has a lot to do with policemen, different groups of drug dealers, undercover agents with multiple layers of undercover, with a lot of car chase, gunfight, explosion, and blood and gore and crime drama stuff. I've already watched 10 episodes of this drama, very close to halfway point. Perfect time to talk about it. I will give it a 2.5 gold mine already at this point. It could go down, totally depends on, at the end of the whole thing, whether it has crashed. Because this drama does have the big risk of not explaining every detail at the end, making sure that everything is tightly resolved. It's already a very complicated map at this point, episode 10, so let's hope it doesn't have a lot of build-up and in the last 2 episodes crash it epically. If that happens, this is gonna plummet to the very low part of my scale. Now let me introduce this story briefly to you without spoiling it, and also at this point it's not clear who is who exactly yet, so cannot quite spoil it for you, even if I want to. The story of Daybreaker is first set at a fictional city. It's intentionally blurring it and making up a city name that doesn't exist. Probably it's just to make it easier with censorship, that you don't have to be specific. And if you look at the police and different types of police in this drama, it also is not really Chinese police, but one branch probably is Interpol level, although it has a different name. And then you have the local police. That doesn't look like Chinese police either. And if you watch a lot of Asian drama, you know what it's kind of based on. Anyway, it's a very blurry, ambiguous background of a city that's kind of completely rotten by drug dealers. Li Yifeng's role leading this drama is a policeman on the Interpol side who was undercover in one of the local drug dealing group. It starts with something happened 5 years ago, and now we go to the current 5 years later timeline where he's a different person. Then he gets kind of dragged into another undercover mission, so he has to get reintroduced to the drug dealer group. To be clear and vague at the same time, Li Yifeng's role is a multiple layer undercover agent who's kind of pretending to be somebody, pretending to be somebody, pretending to be somebody. At least 3 layers of disguise that just makes the whole thing very, very complicated. Every moment of his life is hanging on the thread type of thing. Now, as usual, let's talk about good and bad. Really, there isn't that significant a problem I see so far. In no particular order, I'm gonna talk about all the positive things. Number 1, Li Yifeng actually can act. In comparison to his earlier this year Tencent fantasy drama Mirror Twin City, he literally looks like a different person. I think he knows he can do much better with a more realistic, possible to find reference kind of character for him to grab on and then play, than having a completely lifted out of reality fantasy role that is, on the script level, pretty illogical and uninteresting. And it's not his first time that he has actually done a couple of projects that saved a little bit of his reputation as a serious actor in the last couple of years. Those projects, and a lot of people were actually quite disappointed, because earlier this year, Mirror Twin City is kind of deleting all his effort in the last couple of years, seeing him trying to make a change, turn people's opinion on him from the idol type of actor to the more serious one, and that drama just pulled everything back. Well, this one was also made last year, from May to September, something like that. It really showed he can actually act. He is just so much more suited for this type of drama where it's a real person. Because I came in with zero expectation of his performance, it actually made it really surprisingly enjoyable. I think it just proves for all the actors out there, whether you're man or woman, if you're serious about your career, stay away from Tencent S+ rating period fantasy dramas based on a web novel. If you just want money, it's still a good place to cut the fandom 韭菜. Point number 2, the production quality of this drama is rather unique. This drama actually gives you a very strong sense of cinema, which is, you can tell they have a lot of scenes. And I think there's a number where the producer said they had close to 1,600 scenes for this drama, which is only 24 episodes. If you divide that number, it's about 65 scenes per episode. Every episode is about 40 to 50 minutes. That means they have more than one scene per minute. That's very, very rare in dramas. Okay, it's more likely that it can happen to films. Usually in a drama of a story, you have more exposition. You have longer conversations between people, more shots that are standardly filmed, such as back and forth over the shoulder, two people talking, and you have more information, such as characters' relationships, background stories, what happened before, what happened off screen, being explained in a more friendly way to the audiences. Slower, more just not so interesting a shot, but let you know all the exposition information. So usually watching a drama, you don't have to pay full attention to the screen. You can look away, you can do a bit other things, just listen and you still follow. Whereas a film, if it's only 1 hour and a half and 2, and it talks about a rather complicated story, then you're kind of required to stare at it all the time. Because sometimes they're just cutting a shot that's super short, introducing you to a character, you don't even know their name, you just know their face for 3 seconds. It's until 40 minutes later something happens and you remember, okay, so earlier they put that shot there so that now I've realized this person is that person and they're doing this. It's much more common you see that in film, because film has only that short of a span. So they have to be super calculated with how many seconds I expose one character or one scene. And drama has much more freedom with that. So often you see unnecessary stuff. When you watch the drama, Daybreaker, it feels like you're watching a film. They don't waste even one more second or one more shot of the same scene from a different angle to give you time to sink in. Who is this person? What did he do? It doesn't give you time to catch up. It really runs like a film. It's like if you don't remember what you've seen, or if you can't quite catch up, you have the timeline, you can drag. So when I was watching this drama, I've had a couple of occasions when I had to look away and do something else. And when I come back, I have no idea what I've missed and I cannot follow up anymore. I have to rewind because I've just missed like 2 shots and it kind of broken my link of understanding of the story. It's really a don't look away drama because you look away for 5 minutes, you have no idea what you've missed and it no longer makes sense. The third thing is, as a crime drama, as an anti-drug drama, as a undercover policeman drama, I think it qualifies pretty nicely. Where first, plot is quite page-turner and the main characters are always in danger in some form. And the 3 main male, or you can say 4 really, characters played by Li Yifeng, Gong Haibing, Feng Duolun, and Gu Bing, they're all just insanely clever people, which I just love. Everyone is more complicated and more intelligent and more calculative than you first realized. And pretty much among the 4 men, at least 3 of them have like double identity. Think 10 steps ahead of other people, having 10 different backup plans and that whole brain game. Even till now, when it's already close to halfway point of the whole thing, you still are not quite sure about at least 2 of them within the 4 exactly what side they're on, or whether they're actually on both sides of things and they're just playing the balance game and trying to see which one wins out, or they actually have other things you haven't discovered about them yet, but they're definitely not simple like what you see. There's at least 1 layer more behind them. Obviously, we'll have to talk about Song Yi's role as well, where although she does a pretty good job, I have to say, so far, the female characters in this drama are not that essential. They don't have that much screen time. They are also pretty multiple layered characters, so nobody has one single identity in this drama, pretty much. But they're less important to the main line, or maybe later they will become, I don't know. But so far I'm happy with it. So these are the main good things I've discovered about this drama. I really would say this drama delivered 99.99% good surprises. The only thing I worry about this drama at this point is crash at the end. With this type of complicated character setup of almost every character you come across, and already so many different lines in this drama that's already laid and waiting to get pulled up closer to the end and resolved till the end, there's always risk of the ending wasn't worked out. I think until it safely lands, I'll always have my heart hanging in the midair, worrying for it, because I really wanted to have an explosively impressive good ending. There's very little to go off on, because this scriptwriter really doesn't have too much of a previous work that you can reference to. The director, she has worked on many different previous projects, probably as assistant director or executive directors on set, on different teams. Big productions usually have Team A, Team B, Team C, multiple teams that shoot at the same time. I found her name in dramas such as Tribes and Empires, such as Jiang Ye, first one, where she worked as Team B directors on set. So she definitely has experiences, but for this type of drama, that's a contemporary crime drama that has so much of a cinema and film's way of telling stories. I mean, so far I'm very happy. I just hope that towards the end, it keeps it there. Overall, iQIYI tends to have the higher quality dramas among the 4 major platforms, although they're just so petty at their copyright. Recently, I had a video I edited for the drama Love and Destiny. Can you remember? It's 2019, it's 3 years ago drama that I put on Weibo. They've taken it down with a copyright strike. Which is like, what? You just remembered 3 years later about doing that? Like, what the heck? Anyway, those things are irrelevant. I'm just ranting. So, at the end of this video, I would recommend you check out Daybreaker. It's one of the better crime dramas of 2022 and probably in the last couple of years. As long as it doesn't crash, it's gonna have a position in my heart among the contemporary crime dramas from Chinese dramaland as the good ones. That would be the end of this video. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching and stay away from drugs. From a Chinese person whose history had 2 major opium wars with the Brits and ingrained, in our national subconsciousness. Just stay away from drugs.